My name is Prophet Magay. I was born in Mondoro area, which is in Zimbabwe, and I grew up in Chitungwiza. Welcome to the house where it all began 4 years ago. What you see here is what it was in everything. The first miracle happened there when a blind man walked in here and shouted, "I can see." This was my bedroom, and seems like it's also locked, but the bed that I used is still there. The wardrobe that I was using is still there. When I'm down, I come here. Whenever I feel down, whenever I feel discouraged, I come here. And the reason why I come here is to revive my mind and say, I'm not above anyone. It's grace to be where I am. So basically, this is the house. I completed my education there as well, my high school there. And I started my ministry when I was young, when I was preaching. But not much as I'm doing right now. PhD Ministries was then later born 4 years ago. I didn't go to any university. The time that I wanted to do university, I opened my own college, and I was about to go to do computer science. I then started to do computer science on my own, and I did not write my exam, so I don't have anything to speak about university. I did not even go to a Bible school myself. I've never attended a Bible school in my lifetime. I like people who reveal the secrets of the world, like this one, The Confession of an Economic Hitman. I enjoy reading him. My other best writer, it was Miles Monroe, and I loved Trump's books as well. I did read a lot of Trump. I can say all his books, and John Maxwell. Those are my best writers that I always read, and I read 4 books every month. I'm a person who grew up in a Christian family. My mother used to force me to go to church. She used to say, if you don't go to church, you won't eat in this house. So my first motivation of going to church was food. Then it was transformed to ministry. This was the mango tree that we used to feed on. When you bought this place, it had 24 trees, and now there are about 4 trees that are left. I don't know what has happened. I grew up in a tricky life, a tricky environment, where I wasn't so sure what to do, how to react to situations. One of my first books to finish was Who Moved My Cheese? I can't remember the writer, but it was 2001. That is the book that motivated me to read. I think I rebought it somewhere. I'll check the writer. I've forgotten the writer, but that was one of my first books to read and complete. It's called Who Moved My Cheese? It was speaking about thinking outside the box. It was thinking about not staying at one position, moving towards your goal. It was saying that time can change things and the environment can be changed. So it made me to understand the migration of the old years to the new years. An environment is an influence in our lives, because talent alone is not good enough. You may be talented, but if you're in a wrong environment, you cannot exploit your talent. This guava tree that you see here is the guava tree that gave me my first project. And that guava tree that I've cut, they've given me my first projects to. When I sold the guavas, I then bought the blackboard, which I then used to start a project of computers. So this is where it began. This is my parents' house. When I finished my A-levels, I found myself doing more than 80 projects. I did almost everything. I had a butchery, I had an IT company, I had a college. I did buying and selling of almost everything. At some point I was a vendor. At some point I did almost everything. I was a border crosser. I could go to different countries to sell different things. So I did almost everything, trying to find myself, and I couldn't find myself. Up and until I was then described by my spiritual father, Prophet T.B. Joshua. From that time, the work of the Lord started in me. This is my room at the Prayer Mountain, and I'm on my small bookshelf. And the reason why I brought you is to show you this gift, which I value more than anything that I had in my life. This bow was given to me by Prophet T.P. Joshua in 2012. I had 5 rand in my pocket, nothing. And they said to me, you're going to sponsor football. You're going to lead a lot of things in your country. Then he signed this bow for me. Then he gave me. So I've kept it since 2012. And it has become part of me in a way. PhD Ministries means prophetic healing and deliverance ministries. I was in BLCC, Blood of the Lamb Christian Community, which is a community in Roman Catholic. In that BOCC group, which is led by Father Michael Hood, is still alive and still kicking. I was leading the department of the prophetic healing and deliverance in Chitungwiza, a small section. I was not the lead of Chitungwiza, but that's a small section of prophetic healing and deliverance at some point. So when we were doing that, I started to move around different cities, making sure that people are delivered, making sure that people that are healed. And then in 2012, in October, 28 October, Father Michael Wood called me to his house and said, I feel that you have grown. I feel that you have matured. And I feel that your vision is different from my vision. So I feel that you must start your own things. Hence, I was leading the prophetic healing and deliverance department. Then I just said prophetic healing and deliverance. Then I added ministries. That's how it was born. It was 600-seater maximum, 500 somewhere there. And I used to preach whilst I'm at that point. This is it. Standing here and the wall is full used to sound as a great achievement. And I was not yet exposed. I was not yet exposed to other great environments. And for me, it was a great achievement. Looking now at what is there, we can tell that it wasn't an achievement, which makes me now want to drive the young men to see greater things before they approach it. That's why I've got a teaching, declare the end from the beginning. Thank you. And then from there, we were 45, 2012. And by 2013 January, we were around 500. And by 2013 June, we were 6,000. By 2013 December, we moved to where we are right now. We are about 9,000. By 2014 February, we are now about 40 to 50,000. And 2014 November, we clocked about 200,000 to 300,000. 2015, we went to at least 1 million. It was so difficult for us to be able to pay for it. I think it's $150, 2 sessions. So it was difficult to get $150 for the 2 sessions. We used to struggle a lot. The more they increase, the more the obligation increases. I want to meet the need of a person. If a person wants money, I want to give them money. If a person wants healing, I want to give them healing. If a person wants deliverance, I want to give them to be delivered. If a person wants a prophetic word, I want to give them the prophetic word. So as they increase, that mind of wanting to help them more is always in me. I want to help them. I want to make them feel different. I want them to feel important.
You are shifting to a higher level. You are shifting to a higher level financially. Properties. Your level can never be the same again in Jesus' mighty name. You're shifting to a higher level.
Switch it on.
It's on. Let me see your hands. Thank you, Lord, for what will happen today.
We have got a gift which is called the voice anointing, which is the biggest gift that we have in our ministry. When I speak, it touches everyone. When I speak deliverance, people are delivered. And distance is never a barrier.
In the name of Jesus! In the name of Jesus! In the name of Jesus!
Because faith is centered on what you think, and you get results on what you are centered on. When I speak in church, you see people manifesting who are maybe 400 meters away from me, 600 meters away from me, who are in the overflow, 800 meters away from me. When they manifest just because I've spoken. I can pray for people on television and things happen. The biggest advantage that I had is my father, Prophet T.B. Joshua. He continued to hammer me to remain calm. He continued to hammer me not to outgrow myself. He continued to hammer me not to move my ego, or to act as if everything is complete, which made me to be calm. So I was never moved by numbers. I was actually more humbled by numbers and growth. Right now I'm 33. What I achieved at 30 is serious. It's a serious achievement. I don't think I'm the only young person who achieved. I became the most influential young man at the age of 30, age of 31, at the age of 32. 33 was last year, in November. I'm reaching 34 in November this year, 2017. I've sponsored almost every sector in my country, healthy, sports, different sectors in my country. I've tried to show them life. I've given away more than 100 houses to people. I've given more than 400 cars. I maintain 5,000 families. I think I've done at least something that requires recognition and a bit of protection from my local people. The biggest challenge that I've faced so far up to now is resistance in my country, and enemies that increase every day, and extortion. I'm a victim of extortion. How the name has grown big, it makes people sometimes to believe things that I've never done, which has made me a victim of extortion. And there's serious extortion in Zimbabwe, which has gone to the extent that last year in 2016, I was accused of things that I did not do at all, and the world believed it. Some people believed it, but I was only a victim of extortion because I refused to pay someone, and they said, we'll fix you in such a way. And because of my position, whereby sometimes you sacrifice not to be in courts, you sacrifice not to be in arguments, because you're concentrating on the flock that God has given you. So I've become a serious victim of extortion. I fight extortion every day. And I'm waiting for the day that I will let people know what will be happening, and if my people have matured enough, I will start to ignore those people, and maybe more news will come bad about me, but my people will be mature to overcome it. That is my main prayer these days, that my people can be able to overcome such things that will be coming towards me, so that I can also have confidence of telling someone to say, remove yourself from my area, I don't want to see you, no matter how much they want to extort me, because my people are strong enough to withstand the news. So I'm a victim of extortion. That is what is happening, and I feel this is happening to many men of God that are in Zimbabwe. They cannot say it out. Some of them, they pay and they get out of it, but what I've realized is paying will never solve it. They will always come back for more. So I'm a victim of extortion. Every day I fight people who try to extort me. One who gets a little information, they want to be paid for that little information. That is the challenge that I can safely say is there in our African countries now. Business is one of the most biggest things that I do. And I do this business to assist the ministry and to care on, to maintain the families that I've adopted. There's no way that you can drop them now. A lion represents the king of the jungle. It is the king of the jungle. Its attitude, the way it reacts, the way it thinks, it makes the elephant to be a child. It makes an elephant to run away. It makes the giraffe to surrender. It makes the hippopotamus to go down because of its attitude. It's not the strongest animal. It's not the fastest animal, but it's the animal that carries a correct attitude when it comes to the jungle. So it makes it the leader of the jungle. So it reminds me and say, you cannot be the strongest, you cannot be the fastest, but if you've got a correct attitude, you will lead the jungle. I am a lion. Like what my Jesus said. Jesus said, I'm the Lion of Judah, so I'm also a Lion of Judah. And that's why my ministry and my TV is called Yada TV. Yada means Judah and resembles the Lion of Judah. I'm one of the biggest farmers in Zimbabwe. I do livestock. I'm into crop husbandry. This is potato. This is about 60 hectares of potato, ready to be harvested in 3 weeks from now. This is on road sales. And as you can see, So 60 hectares of potato. We call this side the Red Wing, where we do most of our horticulture. So this potato are ready for harvest in 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now. We expect to sell it and is here in Zimbabwe as washed potato. That is our prayer. The biggest deposit or the biggest blessing that we have in Africa is our land and our soils. To resuscitate the economy, we need agriculture, and I'm doing this aspect of agriculture to create employment and to resuscitate the economy. That's my prayer. I want to become the largest person in agriculture in Africa by 2020. Right now, I think I'm one of the biggest in Zimbabwe in this year. We have got cabbages, we have got butternuts, we have got maize, and I'm the biggest maize grower in Zimbabwe so far. Having those soils, they must benefit us. Like where we are going, right, what I'm fighting for, I want to be the biggest farmer by 2020 in Africa. I want to export flowers, I want to export all greens, and I'm already establishing the markets right now. Look how big the maize crop is going. Huh? We expect that we are going to produce more than anyone else in Zimbabwe. This maize is on 1,200 hectares and it's on 3 farms. But this is one of the biggest farms that we have. I feel that without food, we go nowhere. I'm also into stockbroking. I'm also into group funding. I'm also into investment projects where I bring investors in the country. I have got a company called Planet Africa, which facilitates investors to come to Zimbabwe and to Africa. We are running a 10 billion portfolio, which then we have got tenders and other things that we bid to the world, and people come to invest in those tenders. So my prayer is to link all the young people in Zimbabwe with those that invent different technologies, because our problem in Africa is we are only producing, and we're producing things that are not really bringing down value. So my prayer is to make all the young ones to be established in terms of inventions. That is my prayer. So these soybeans, and here is about what, 50 hectares. Zulu, how many hectares here? 50, isn't it? 50 here, just down 50 hectares here. Zulu is the farm manager here. He's the man behind some of my productions here. I try by means to bring comfort to investors who want to come to Africa. I've got a serious program called Yada Connect, which is a platform which connects all my children all over the world and other business people who wants to invest in Africa, whether it's healthy, transport, roads, construction, mining, and all those things. Let's say I've got a deposit of limestone, for example. I take it and I put it on Yada Connect. If you want limestone, I can connect you with one with the deposit of limestone. Let's say you want to do gold mining or diamond mining, I bring it to Yada Connect. Let's say you want to do farming, I bring it to Yada Connect. Let's say you want to have a house, I bring it to Yada Connect. Then we connect together and I link the people. I assess the truth of this one and the truth of this one, the unit of it as a man of God, and use my credibility. Then I make the two to meet. Then the business is done. So that is Yada Connect. It's connecting everyone. Our biggest problem in Africa is we don't celebrate people. We don't celebrate people. We actually curse them. We actually reduce them. We if they do something good, instead of showcasing it as it is, we put another title, which then tarnishes whatever good has been done. So the problem of our African people is we do not showcase other young people that are doing very well. It's not only me, there are thousands of them, but their gift is suppressed. See what we are doing, we are buying everything from China and all other countries. We cannot even manufacture even one watch. We cannot even manufacture even one thing. We need to reach a point where we do everything on our own in terms of technology. We just pray that our leaders will reach a level of leadership by production, whereby we see the results of what they are doing. People will start to listen, and Africa will move in one accord. Young people in our continent need some special programs which then motivates them to achieve the greatest that they can. And they need people that are in front of them, that they see that they did it at a young age.
I want to thank Prophet for helping us, because Prophet has done so much into football in Zimbabwe. He has helped Met Warriors and also the Warriors, even the rugby team in Zimbabwe. He's into football, he's into sport as well. But into football, he's so much passionate about football. He always come to play with us, support us, give us advice how we should play. And he is giving us a lot of hope in terms of football in Zimbabwe. And with him, I think we can go far.
I've got a football club. In Zimbabwe, football does not give you any money. It also takes from you. You cannot benefit anything with football. They cannot even exempt your tax that you're assisting football. They cannot. They don't even look at that. You'll be actually taking out when you're sponsoring football. So I do business so that even my football team can continue to exist. And right now we are in the Premier League. I've got some of the best players that are there in Zimbabwe, and we want to showcase them. I think maybe at some point some other clubs may look at them and maybe we can get something out of it.
The other team started last year, 2016, March. That's when Nyarati FC was born. We were not as good as we are today. We were almost as a big team, but because some of the guys like me, we had retired from football due to some of the frustration. But I came back into football, and some of the guys as well, they had retired. And other guys, they are young, trying to make their names known in football this season. So last year, we got promoted to Premier League. That's where we're now.
I've got a rugby team, I've got a basketball team, I've got a netball team, I've got sprinters that are training right now in the ground, I've got a hockey team, I've got a snooker team, I've got all the teams that are here in Zimbabwe. I'm trying to assist the young men to identify their talent. I feel at my age, I was one of the best footballers, and I was one of the best cricket player. I was also one of the best rugby players at my time, but no one picked me, no one noticed me, and I feel I want to make sure that the young people identify their gift at the young age and their life changes.
Most of the players, they come for church. That's when we look for them in the church. The prophet gives an announcement saying, no, those that think they can play football can come to Yada Villa, where the water is. There's a ground there. You can come, can see you. If you are good, can take you in the team. That was happening last year. Even this year, you can see some of these guys, they are new, trying to see who can join the team in the PS.
I'm more focused than before. I now understand people than before. I used to trust people very much, but I've realized that people change, and they can change anytime. Those that are used to be very close to me, they've betrayed me in a big way. There are people that I used to love, that I used to confide in them, and they've changed in a serious way. So I want to be frank with you. People change, and the past experience has sharpened me in a very, 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 very big way. I'm now more strong, and I'm now more focused, and I know how to keep the distance from other people. But at the same time, it makes me to be worried, because sometimes you want to really go in and help a person, but your past experience sometimes make you to be reserved. Yada Hotel, I was motivated to create Yada Hotel because of the church. I want guests to come from all over the world and visit the church. And I want to accommodate them at my own place, at my own environment, where there is the best looks in the world. So that was the motivation of Yada Hotel. And then I created this. I did spend it's now worth about $26 million. That's according to the last report from our evaluators, $26 million. I didn't spend that much just because I wanted to have the biggest feeling of a place and the biggest accommodation in Zimbabwe. So far I can gratefully say this is the biggest accommodation that we have in Zimbabwe. I was using 3,000 builders when I constructed this, and I was using all the machineries that we could use, the quickest cement, everything. I knew one thing: if I delayed with another month, our enemies could catch it with us. So I was trying to beat the speed of our enemies. That's why I pushed it to 4 months. According to the structural engineers who came to vet it and to make it qualify, they said we have never seen it. It has never been done anywhere. Moreover, in Africa, I don't know in China there, but in Africa it has never been done. So it was the greatest achievement of 2016 to start a hotel and finish it in 4 months and start to accommodate people. We are still sprouting it. We are still pushing it there and there. There are just few angles that needs to be changed and sprouted, but I'm here with it.
My name is Bishop Kennedy Samson Ndaluza from Malawi. Today I am so happy that I'm here at the guest house with different pastors from different places and different people from different places.
The prayer mountain was a motivation of wanting to create a sanctuary so that people can have the separate time with God. So last year in 2016 January, we did some beautiful constructions there, and for 2 months we stopped and we were on 5%. So right now the vision of God said, let us bring Israel, Jerusalem, Bethany, Bethlehem, Nazareth to Zimbabwe.
Welcome to the Prophetic Healing and Deliverance Ministries Prayer Mountain, founded by the man of God, Prophet W. Magay. What you're seeing here is a prayer mountain which is still under construction. Prophet W. Magay says that we are still at 5% of his vision. This land is about 13 hectares big, and only a part of it has already started being constructed. This prayer mountain is going to be benefiting the whole world at large, because it's not just open to PhD Ministries members, but to the whole world. So here, we're just seeing a gold plate showing that the prayer mountain was officially opened by Mr. Ronny Levy Musan, all the way from Israel. As you can see, it says that he is bringing the flavor of Israel, the Holy Land, to Zimbabwe. So it was officially commissioned on the 4th of February 2017 by Honorable Minister Walter Muzembe and Mr. Ronny Levy Musan. The prayer mountain, so far at the 5% that it is at, has a lot of water features. The man of God believes that water heals and that it is a gift from God. So there are a lot of water features that you're going to be finding on the prayer mountain, just to maintain the whole aspect of trying to make sure that nature is left as it is. The prayer mountain is supposed to be a place where nature remains as it is. It's a place where one is supposed to meditate, a place where one is supposed to pray without any disturbances, and seeing just the creation of God can help in doing so, as the man of God always says. There's going to be a lot of fish from all over in Africa that the man of God is going to be placing in here. The man of God loves nature, he loves animals, because these are all God's creation, and he believes that everything that God has created is just beautiful, and he's trying to add that touch of nature, of animals here in the prayer mountain, so that when one comes, they can really tell that the power of God is here. So this is just a mini dam which the man of God himself designed. Everything that you're going to be seeing in the prayer mountain, it is all created by God, but the man of God just added a bit of some more touch, just to give it a flavor that it has right now.
We are here the whole night today. We are preparing for the big day. We want to first receive the anointing before the man of God comes to this place of Arena of Liberty. We are already shifting levels. We are not going backwards, but we are moving on with this healing and anointing. We are prepared to fight against all evil spirits, all calamities. We encourage everyone to come in your numbers so that we will be healed, we will be delivered. This place is holy. You won't remain the same if you come along this place. Right now, I can feel the presence of the anointing. So we are prepared to pray and fast and do everything so that we meet our Lord Jesus Christ. We thank you, Lord. We thank you for giving us Prophet W. Magay. We thank you for bringing us Gogo Magay for our prophet and Mama Magay.
I came from Zambia, and the problems which have brought me here, I need the deliverance and the healing from the fibroid and the deliverance from my family. And I know it is going to happen.
place you're looking at now, this is the special place. The place where the man of God spends 99% of his time praying, in spite of weather conditions, in spite of the time of day. This is where the man of God spends most of his time. In this place, many miracles have happened. The blind have seen, the deaf have heard, the crippled have walked, cancer has been healed. This is a place where demons live, a place where people manifest. So the water of life is being prayed for by the man of God, Prophet W. Magay. This is the water of life, which is being unveiled on the 6th of February 2017 on a big Sunday service. So the man of God is praying for the water of life while it's in the special place.
Water of Life started a year and a half ago. I prayed for water when I was praying for someone at my house. Then I gave them, and I saw the miracle happen. I did it again and again and again until God spoke to me and said, this is water of life. When you use it, you shall pluck out your fruit every month. Then I saw the verse in Revelation chapter 22 from verse 1.
According to Revelation 22, you say you shall pluck out a fruit every month. Father, we thank you for the fruits of every month in the name of Jesus Christ.
For more than a year and a half now, I've been praying for that water so that I can give to people. So now it's ready and it's been given to the world. And as I'm talking to you right now, we have thousands of testimonies of people who are testifying after using the word of life.
In the name of Jesus! In the name of Jesus! In the name of Jesus! Every situation in your life, this spiritual husband must check out. Right out, 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 right out. Siamo anyway. Are you ready? I'm talking to you now. Your situation. Your situation. Rise up! Rise up! Rise up! Rise up! Bring them in. Bring them in. Rise up! Rise up! Rise up! We are bringing the roots to Africa. We are making Africa to go on its original position, whereby we are going to be the first country in the world to duplicate as it is in Israel, so that people will see as it is in Israel, but seeing it here in Zimbabwe.
My name is Ronny Levy Musan. I am from Jerusalem. I work for the church in the Holy Land for the last 16 years. I'm senior consultant to them. I've been also consultant to different organizations, Christian ministries around the world. And the reason I came here to Zimbabwe, actually it's my first time in Zimbabwe, not the first time in Africa. I've been in Africa many times, but in Zimbabwe this is my first time. And I came here after I heard about the wonder you have in this country, the spiritual beacon which called Prophet Magay. I saw things in my life, I saw ministries in my life. But what I saw today, it shook me away.
I wanted to come and see up close what is going on here, and this wonder called Prophet Magay.
I realized when I was in Israel the last week, I read about him and I saw Yada TV, and I can tell you that I realized that this man of God is a unique lighthouse in Africa. I saw many people coming to worship God, to praise God, to heal their sickness, to get the blessing from the prophet, to support the house of God, and it touched my heart. Africa in general, actually, church leaders claim that the future of Christianity is Africa. Look what happened today in Europe, in the United States, in other countries. People are not going to churches. Churches in Europe are empty. And here in Africa, you can see that churches are full. You know, I've been all over the world. I met many ministers. I've been in many ministries. But this prayer mountain of Prophet Magay is going to be, I'm telling you something. It's going to be the next holy land on this planet. So we need to invest much more energy, much more time and money to help build the church in Africa and to make Africa like the lighthouse to the nations. And to do such kind of things, we need and we try to connect Africa to the holy sites where it all began. In the coming days, I'm going to work very closely with Prophet Magay to design and to build. We are going to invest a lot of time, a lot of thoughts, a lot of prayers, because we would like to duplicate the holy sites which will include the church of the We are going to duplicate the most holiest site in the Holy Land, starting with Bethlehem, going to Galilee, Church of the Nativity, Cana, Jordan River, the way of the cross, the place of the birth of Jesus' tomb, you know, where he crucified, where he died and resurrected, and above all, we are going to duplicate the first in the world, the Wailing Wall, which is the part of the Holy Temple of Jerusalem. I believe in energy connection. People go to church, why? Because they want to be connected to the Spirit of God. Spirit of God is energy. Or you feel it, or you don't feel it. And all this energy came from one place, which is Holy Land. Although God is everywhere, God bless us everywhere. In order to call Messiah and tell him, we are ready for you, we need to do something. So the fact that we are going to build a piece of the Holy Temple in this country is going to make it shorter and shorter and shorter.
This project will go a long way in adding value to our economy through tourism. Already our President, Comrade R.J. Mugabe, has prioritized tourism as one of the key economic drivers in his government through the current economic blueprint, the Zimbabwe Agenda for Sustainable Socio-Economic Development, as well as the President's 10-point plan, which places tourism under the special economic zones. So this will no doubt add value to the work that we do in government.
When you will work with Prophet Magay in the new temple prayer mountain, with the new Holy Land in your country, your life, your children's life will never be the same.
Almost every believer, even non-believer, would like to step into the Holy Land, would like to have the feeling of the Holy Land. So I think it's a very great thing for it to be brought to the nation of Zimbabwe, which is my country of birth. So I really celebrate over that. I think it's a great idea. It's fantastic.
This project will illuminate this country. It's going to illuminate Africa. It's going to create a lot of jobs to people. It's going to bring millions of pilgrimages to this country because it's very hard for people to go all the way to Israel.
The foundation of all Christianity is the Holy Land, and not everyone is able to go to Israel. Once this project is completed, this will mean that everyone who wants to have a Holy Land experience, if they fail to travel to Israel, they would travel to Zimbabwe. And Zimbabwe is open to tourists coming into our country. This is a very safe destination. We have beautiful places that tourists can visit.
And we need a lot of support, a lot of prayers, because, every time God do good things, the devil is jumping to the picture. And we must keep him away.
The Holy Land, it really blew me off because it was something, it's one of a kind. And to me, it resembles a theme park, because a theme park, I know of some themes I've seen in other parts of the world, but this one, because it's going to be a replica of what's happening in Israel, to me it's going to be a theme park, which once it's a theme park, it's going to attract not only Africa, I think the whole world would like to see what's happening in Israel.
Diamond always wrapped very well. Okay, so what we are doing here is a part of the prophecy, of the fulfillment of prophecy, and let me read it for you. I'm reading now Psalms 126. When the Lord restored the fortunes of Zion, we were like those who dreamed. Our mouths were filled with laughter, our tongues with songs of joy. Then it was said among the nations, the Lord has done great things for them. The Lord has done great things for us, and we are filled with joy. Prophet Magay, in recognition and appreciation of your blessed activity to spread the word of God and announce the kingdom throughout the world, I am honored to present you a piece of authentic rock which was carved during the excavations on the Mount of Zion. Which was carved during the excavations on the Mount Zion adjacent to the Last Supper room in King David's tomb in Jerusalem.
I would come to the Holy Land when it is finally completed, because what I've realized about the prayer mountain, even before it has been created as a Holy Land, I could feel the anointing in that place. So definitely when they complete it, I will definitely come.
Your heavenly mission is actually a part of a real fulfilling prophecy of Prophet Isaiah. As he said, many people will come and say, come, let us go up to the mountain of the Lord, to the temple of the God of Jacob. He will teach us his ways so that we may walk in his path. The Lord will go out from Zion, the word of the Lord from Jerusalem. May the Lord bless you all from Zion, and may you see the prosperity of Jerusalem all the days of your life.
Holy Land in Zimbabwe sounds very big. It's like a dream. But I believe that dream can come true.
So my friend, we are going to take this piece of rock and we are going to make it the foundation stone of our project. So let's pray for the success, and I assure you that we are going to bring a lot of stones from the Holy Land, many trees from the Holy Land, so we can build it here in the prayer mountain. Thank you very much.
Creating an altar in Africa, whereby it then becomes the center or the heart of the Christianity. So we're taking all the special sites which are in the Holy Land in Israel and bringing them here. So I'm going to Israel myself. I'm going to go with the most powerful architects. We duplicate as it is. We bring the trees, we bring the stones to Zimbabwe, and we create an identical duplicate with what is there. So for one not want to see where Jesus Christ was buried, it's better for them to come here where it's easy, and then they view exactly as it was. That's what we are doing.
in majesty, mighty God. Everything written about you is great. You are great, yes, you are holy one. What upon the sea, raise the dead. The great in majesty, mighty God. Everything written about you is great. Say you are great. You are great.
Today I was here to witness the coming together of PhD Ministries and Asherah Group of Israel in coming up with a project to have replica sites of the Holy Land in Zimbabwe at the PhD Ministries Prayer Mountain.
I felt very touched, and as an African, to start with, I felt proud being Pan-African that of all the places of the world, Jerusalem, the Holy Land from Jerusalem, they chose Zimbabwe to bring this in Africa. This shows that Africa is the next frontier and people should not look down upon Africa. Africa is a place to be, and in Africa a lot of things are going to be achieved. Religions and a lot of Christians will come down here and experience the Holy Land.
I strongly believe in the notion that there should be Africa for Jesus, because once we have Jesus as Africa, that means all our dark side is going to be liberated, it's going to be illuminated by the light, because Jesus is the light. So I believe if we would have a couple people like Prophet Magay, they would help illuminate Africa, because once you illuminate the spiritual aspect of people, even the physical and the material is also got illuminated.
God also is playing his role, putting Israel part of our continent, where the second place of Jerusalem is going to be in Zimbabwe. I think it's quite very important to know that then God is getting closer, and the prosperity of Africa, which is going to be part of the whole world, is starting now. This is what I'm saying, and I'm very confident about this continent.
What we need to remember is that one of the key contributors to the GDP in Zimbabwe economy is tourism. So to bring religious tourism in this country, it's a great thing. Billions of US dollars will flow, and I believe for this event only, I don't know about the exact number, but there's over 500,000 people that attended. just imagine of the 500,000, if you have half of the population of their attenders from across the region, the SADC region, how much contribution to the economy, to the fiscus. So it is a good thing for the economy in terms of boosting the local economy, boosting the tourism, also creating jobs and showing to the world what Zimbabwe is about. It's not only about what the media talk about, but this is a great country to be in, and it's a blessing for Professor W. Magay to bring this Holy Land experience in Zimbabwe, a country that a lot of people have looked down upon, but this is a great thing for the country and for Africa in general.
The Holy Land is coming to Zimbabwe, so keep watching Yada TV and keep watching the scenes because it is real, it is coming, it's exciting.
Yada partnering is whereby one chooses to say, man of God, I understand your ministry and I don't want you to do this ministry alone. This is my transport money. When you go to a crusade, use this. This is my one shirt. When you're giving 100 people, give also my shirt. This is my money. When you are paying for the television, use this money so that the television can continue to heal people. Because remember, this is not a barrier. So this is to assist you so that you can pay our televisions and everything. So partnering is supporting the ministry with resources that makes the ministry to proceed. That is partnering.
We worship you today. We give you all the praise, and I lift our hands to you. We raise our heart, we raise our voice to say everything.
We never know who has more right in the eyes of God. The fact that some has money more than other, it doesn't mean that it's more important. No. The lay people are important the same as the billionaires of the world. We need their prayers, we need their support, we need their hearts more than we need money. Because once we have the heart of the faithful, God will deliver. God will supply.
I want to congratulate Prophet Walter Magay and PhD Ministries family for this initiative, and we as government are watching it very closely. We are very keen to see how it will take off and of course its conclusion, which will no doubt bring more people to Zimbabwe. I say to Africa, to the whole world, come to Zimbabwe, a world of wonders, and God bless you.
think number one, you should be aware that we are all SADC members. And as people who are living within the community, we're supposed to be growing together. Environmentally, developmentally, even when it comes to faith, which is what I've witnessed here, I would like to see exactly happening in Swaziland. So if I had all the wish and the power, I'll just carry everything that I see here and take it extend to Swaziland.
It takes a lot to reach some greatest levels, and I want to say to God, thank you, God, for allowing us to reach the level of the Prayer Mountain, the Holy Land, which I think is our greatest achievement this year, and we want to make that land great. Correct attitude is the greatest prophecy. If your attitude is wrong, it's a prophecy of disaster. If your attitude is correct, it's a prophecy for prosperity. So correct attitude tells us your tomorrow. So every young person who has a wrong attitude, they're only prophesying for a wrong tomorrow. If they have got a correct attitude, they're only prophesying for a correct tomorrow. All the same, I want to say to those that are doing ministry that have what is called silent growth first, before you have got a loud growth, such that you can actually escape people that are coming to extort, who are going to come to fight you. But mistakes are done every day, and when you do a mistake, come out of it, grow out of it, and then you can become a champion. And don't become a local champion, become an international champion. I want to say thank you. That is the biggest thing I want to say. I want to say thank you for being there. Thank you for being patient. Thank you for trusting me. And thank you for not listening to other voices. And thank you for always supporting the ministry financially, socially, and for standing for what is right. You are there, and I'm satisfied by your support. So I love you, and may Lord increase you.